From Candlestick Park, San Francisco, NFL football presents the St. Louis Cardinals against the San Francisco 49ers. Hi, everybody. Kurt Gowdy with Hank Stram.
And Cowboy, we got a real problem here this afternoon. The quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, Steve DeBerg, has laryngitis and cannot speak very well. Why don't you explain what they're going to do to rectify that problem?
Well, what we have is some space-age football going on. They are wiring DeBerg, or attempting to wire him, with a microphone and a loud speaking system. So his teammates will be able to hear him. It may work or may not work. We don't know. We won't know until the game starts. The Cardinals will be in white. The 49ers are in red. The Cardinals won the toss, will receive. Perfect day for football, just a little bit on the cool side, and unusual at Candlestick Park, no wind. Going back now for the Cardinals, Randy Love is number 40, and Roy Green, 25. Roy Green's the fellow who returned 106 yards last year. Ray Wersching will kick off, and here we go, the Cardinals, 49ers underway. That ball is taken at the 10, up to the 15. Green breaks it out to the 30, 35, he's up to the 40. A very fine return by Roy Green to give the Cardinals good field position, with Keena Turner, number 58, making the tackle. Here's the offensive line, a good one for the Cardinals. Wortman at left tackle, Bostic at left guard, Rahaney at center, Banks the right guard, and the all-pro back in action again, Dan Deerdorf. Mel Gray, wide receiver, Pat Tilley's the other one, Doug Marsh, a rookie tight end. Hart, the quarterback, Otis Anderson and Wayne Morris are the running backs.
Let's see if they start the game running the ball with Otis Anderson.
Okay. They do. They give it off to Anderson. Anderson plows up to the 50 at 5-yard pickup. Here's the defense. Jimmy Webb, Archie Reese, Ted Vincent, Dwayne Board. They play a four-man front. Harper, Hilton, and Leopold are the linebackers. Morgan, Johnson starting in place of Rhodes, Churchman, and Hicks the safety. 2nd and 5. Cardinals ball on the 50-yard line. Out of the eye. Oh, he's hit there by number 75, Ted Vincent, the right tackle. Otis Anderson stopped for no gain and maybe a loss. They were good on it, and they're going to run it to Otis Anderson, and Anderson by himself picks up the first down. 15-year veteran Jim Hart broke in as a rookie in 1966, a free agent, brings his club up, first down on the 49er 44. There's a draw play to Wayne Morris. Morris trapped for no gain. And a mess up to Anderson. Hart is gobbled up by Dwayne Board. 3rd and 14. Thomas Hollywood Henderson's on the field. He's had a sore neck. Scott Perry's in. And Pookie, Craig Pookie's in, the pass defense. Hart on 3rd and 14. Fires it down the middle. He completes it, and maybe for the first down, to the 33-yard line of the 49ers. First down. We're on the 49er 33. We're in the first 3 minutes of the game. That's Willard Harrell, who just entered the lineup. Harrell is hit along the 33-yard line by Ricky Churchman. Back to going out. Hart's toss is complete. He had a man wide open right down the middle. Catching the ball is the rookie tight end, Doug Marsh from the University of Michigan. 49ers have not had the ball in the game. Harrell hit is a great charge by 76, Dwayne Board of North Carolina A&T, and so far he's been living in that Cardinal backfield. Nearly 6 minutes gone. The Cardinals have had the ball for that time.
Safety blitz.
Otis Anderson. Anderson on the draw is stopped by Ricky Churchman, the strong safety. Well, let's see now what they do here. There's Anderson's figures so far this year. 3rd down. The pass out, he's got his receiver inside the 15. That's number 83, Pat Tilley. A 30-yard field goal attempt, no wind. Steve Little, and now a time is called. The Cardinals are messed up out there, and they've asked for they're called for delay. Now it is a 35-yard field goal attempt by Steve Little, his 3rd year from Arkansas. Kicked 10 out of 19 last year. There's the spot. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. The kick was wide. Steve DeBerg, the quarterback, has laryngitis. He has a microphone just inside his helmet, a loudspeaking system on his back.
And I wonder what happens when he gets sacked, whether that'll destroy that in any way or all.
DeBerg is going to throw. He gets it out. It's complete. He completes it to Dwight Clark on the first play from scrimmage for a first down. They're going against the three-man line, though, today. Paul Hofer to the 40. Hofer out of bounds on his 43-yard line. He's a back they describe as too small, too slow, and yet he's going to be one of the stars of the NFL. Amazing balance, Henry.
Yeah, all he does is move the chains. He's a great move-the-chain runner, a possession runner, excellent balance.
Let's see if we can listen to DeBerg's amplifying system with the laryngitis. Boy, he sounds husky. There goes Hofer on a quick hitter for a first down. He rips into Cardinal territory to the Cardinal 45. There's the offensive line. Singleton, Ayers, Trillin, Cross, Von Horst. It's a young line. Dwight Clark, Freddie Solomon, and Charlie Young are the receivers. DeBerg, the quarterback, Hofer, and rookie Earl Cooper, we haven't seen him with the ball yet, are the running backs. DeBerg in his fourth year. Play action. Going deep. He's got him, and it's intercepted. Picked off in the end zone by Tim Collier. Collier back to the 10, to the 15. Collier to the 20, and is down on the 22-yard line.
Play action pass, and there was a little hesitation on his part. He waited a little bit too long and threw it too short.
Cardinals from their 21, no score. First period. Plenty of time. Right on the nose again. That's Doug Marsh, the tight end. We have 4:30 to go in the first period. There's no score. Again, that great protection. And Hart right on the money to the tight end Marsh. Marsh inside the 40. Marsh to the 42. Anderson and Moore set behind Jim Hart. Gives the ball to Anderson. There he goes. 30. Still moving. Nearly fumbled, but held on to it. And has a first down to the 25-yard line where Dwight Hicks upended him.
A nice looking trap play with Tom Brahaney involved in the cross block, along with the left guard Joe Bostic.
The motion, the tight end Marsh. Fake to Anderson. Here's a screen set up. Oh, it's nearly intercepted. And there goes Willie off the field. They put in their defensive backs. Passing down 3rd and 13. They got 3rd and 14, and Hart has been uncanny here on these third down plays. Three-man rush against him. He throws it out into traffic. Nearly intercepted out there. That time by Ricky Churchman. And the punter's coming on. Larry Swider from Pittsburgh College. Little last year did all the kicking, the punting, kickoffs, field goals. Swider averaged just under 42 yards last week.
It's a wise decision, because it's very difficult in professional football to have one person do both the punting and the place kick.
The spiral is headed to the end zone. It's in there for a touchback. First down, 49ers. Now, Hank Stram, that's a false start. Everybody moving. They may not have been able to hear the signal.
Yeah, that could be the problem, very definitely, Kurt.
Where's the mic? Let's see if we can see it there. Yes, you can see it right in his helmet. The amplifier is in the back of his, right in the back, and it's foam rubber. They had to get permission of the head of the officials, Art McNally, and the commissioner, Pete Wazell.
Number 49, first down.
It's a real problem if it doesn't amplify well enough for everybody in the ball club to hear it, and especially as much as they utilize automatics.
First down, 15 for the 49ers. They run the rookie for the first time, Earl Cooper from Rice. Here's the defensive front three, Pollard, Dawson, and Brown. They've gone to the 3-4. Niels, Favron started today. Williams and Arneson, the linebackers. Collier and Worley, the corners. And the two greens are the safety men.
If they throw, this is where they like to kind of sometimes dump the ball off to the backs. This time they try to run outside.
That's Cooper just making it back to the line of scrimmage and nearly trapped for a huge loss. There's some question about his running. The 49ers were criticized, Hank, for making him a first-round pick, but they're happy they did.
Yes, I'm sure they are.
Third down, 13. 49ers ball. DeBerg barking into that amplifying system. Passes to the sideline, and it's incomplete. Paul Hofer coming deep out of the backfield. Now we have a barefooted punter, a rookie, Jim Miller. He was the first kicking specialist taken in the draft in the 3rd round, University of Mississippi. And it's not a good kick. It's a line drive boot to the 48, coming up to the 50 and into San Francisco territory is Roy Green. Hart will throw on first down. It is incomplete to the tight end, Doug Marsh. 2nd down and 10 for the Cardinals. On the 45-yard line, a draw play. Otis Anderson trying to fumble the ball. And a recovery by number 57, Dan Bunce. Hank wrong arm scram, they call him, but he knows he's uncanny at pointing out a ball carrier, carrying the ball in the wrong arm.
Yes, he's running to his left with the ball in his right arm. Watch it. He's got no way to protect himself whatsoever. Willie Harper from the inside pursuit jars the ball loose. He fumbles it, and the 49ers have possession.
49ers ball, their 43-yard line. They have not threatened in the game.
There's the back, wide open.
Going out to Hofer. Hofer catches the ball. The ball was thrown a little bit short, or they would have had more out of it. Hofer last week caught 7 passes for 114 yards. First down, 49ers on the Cardinal 33. DeBerg to Hofer. Hofer's wrapped up there by number 53, Steve Niels, the left linebacker, 7-year veteran from the University of Minnesota.
You know, the San Francisco 49ers really have a great concept. They're very well drilled, well coached. Here's Paul Hofer, 12 rushes for 68 yards.
Last week.
That's right.
Good opener, huh?
7 receptions for 114 yards and a touchdown.
2nd down, 14 yards to go.
But the 49ers really have a good passing concept. It's a ball control, possession kind of a thing. It's well conceived. They're well disciplined and terrifically well coached.
Steve DeBerg flares it out to Earl Cooper at the 35. Cooper runs it out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Let's watch Roger Worley here. He's 22. He's been around a long time and still very capable. Dwight Clark is out. Easton Ramsden comes in as a tight end. In motion is Hofer. Steve DeBerg trapped, throws the ball, got rid of it, and he avoided a loss there. He was trying to flip it out to Earl Cooper. Jim Hart has his club on his own 11-yard line with a first down. 7th in all-time yardage in passing in the National Football League. Jim Hart. Parkington is first. Out of the eye. Otis Anderson rushes forward to the 15-yard line. Here's a backup quarterback, a good youngster, Joe Montana from Notre Dame. 2nd down. Trying to run it is Anderson. 49ers spill in on him. 3rd down. 4. Flags are down. Anderson hits to the 20. You may have had some false start or motion on that play.
It really looked like from here that Dan Bunce, who was trying to blitz in the play, was offside, but he wasn't, I guess.
Offense refused. 4th down.
Steve DeBerg with an electronic microphone and amplifier. With laryngitis, they're hearing him all right, evidently, out there. It's critical. How important is that, Hank, to hear that quarterback?
Oh, you just can't function. You can't operate without being able to hear the quarterback because he has to extend the area to about 25 yards as far as everybody being able to see him and hear him, I should say. But if they can't hear him, then, of course, for the automatics especially, it really creates a problem. And there's many offsides and penalties on the series.
Let's listen. Didn't hear that one. Play action pass. Out it goes to Earl Cooper. Cooper has a first down. We have 9:50 to go in the first half. Steve DeBerg fires it right down. What a catch. Complete at the 25-yard line by Earl Cooper. First down on the 25. Slant pattern. He hung on to it. Number 87, Dwight Clark, nearly fumbled it away to the Cardinals. And we talked to him, Hank and I, out of practice Friday, and he could only talk in a whisper, and it's not much more than that. I don't know how they can hear him now. It sounds sort of croaky on that amplifying system. 3rd down and 4.
Something to the right side.
It's like an offside on St. Louis. Wide open end zone. Touchdown for Paul Hofer. I believe the Cardinals were offside. Wershing. 32 out of 35 last year. Very accurate place kicker. There's his boot. And the kick is good. And San Francisco has the lead. 1st down. Cardinals on their 19-yard line. Play action pass. Hart's pass is complete to the tight end. Marsh fumbles the ball. It's picked up by the 49ers. Bobby Leopold.
If they do something right, if they do it, runner pass.
They do go to the right. And they complete that pass out of bounds. Paul Hofer.
And they throw those passes from a tight formation, which creates the impression that you're going to throw the football, or run the football, I should say. Then they go back in the pocket and throw it.
2nd and 6. They've been passing mostly, and that time they run Hofer. 1st down. 49ers on the Cardinal 12-yard line. DeBerg will pass. He's being under a rush. He gets it to Cooper. Cooper falls down, and that's a loss. There's Baker. Charles Baker. 6:54 to go in the half. 7-0, San Francisco. Big rush on him. They hit him. And again, Charles Baker. He's been blitzing nearly every play. Let's listen to the amplifier. I can't hear it. Draw play goes nowhere. He had a remarkable season last year, kicking 20 out of 24. This will be the 4th down play coming up, and it is going to be a 34-yard attempt by Ray Wershing, an 8-year veteran from the University of California. The kick is up, it's blocked, and is into the end zone.
Looked like Bob Pollard, number 82, blocked that kick. He's very quick off the ball. We had him at New Orleans, an excellent defensive end.
Jim Hart looks the field over, wide open down the middle to Marsh. That tight end's open over the middle just about every time they're trying to find him.
I think he can throw in front of Johnson. I think it's going to be very difficult to throw behind him because he's very deep conscious.
Hart, 8 out of 12, as you saw. Throws short to Pat Tilley. Tilley trying to dance his way upfield to the 34-yard line of St. Louis, dragged down by Ricky Churchman.
Holding offense number 71. 2nd down.
Pat Tilley had 4 receptions for nearly 100 yards against the Giants last Sunday. Hart has the time. He throws it out to Anderson. Anderson gets the 23 and goes down there. Otis Anderson, the running back. Thomas Henderson's come in the lineup. He's had all kinds of ailments in spring training. Henderson now playing an inside, well, he's playing the right linebacking position. Hart's under the gun, they wrap him up, and down he goes. Solomon to the right. Steve DeBerg's gone all the way with his electronic amplifying system. Paul Hofer, a yard, and that's all. 2nd down, 9. Look at that pocket protection. That's blocked at the line of scrimmage by Mike Dawson, number 73. Here's the 3rd and 9 play coming up. Cardinals get the defensive backs in. DeBerg throws, and it is incomplete. There's no interference called on Roy Green. Fans thought that Hofer was being wrapped up, had no chance to catch the ball, but it's a clean hit, they say. After rookie Jim Miller's barefooted punt, the main thing they worry about Miller is somebody stepping on his bare foot and hurting him.
I really thought it was a good call. I didn't think there was any interference on the play.
And that kick tumbles down to the 13 to Mark Bell. Bell to the 15. And they get down and cover that kick. 6 seconds to the 2-minute warning. Otis Anderson. Otis Anderson has it, and he has not run for much today. Let's check his rushing figures. He has 30 yards. Second down, 9 for the Cardinals from their 27. Hart's pass. He hits the tight end, Doug Marsh. Hart throws, completes it to Theodis Brown. Brown's up short of the 50-yard line. He may be right on the 50 when they drive him out of bounds. Pass play coming up. Hart's pass is complete inside the 45 to the 49er 43-yard line. And that time it is Pat Tilley, 3. Hart out to Anderson. Anderson will run for the sideline, and he's belted out of bounds by Charlie Johnson again, number 44. They go after him, and the pass is short. They had the blitz on that time. They were going after him. A great rush there by number 79, the rookie Jim Stuckey, the number 1 draft pick of the 49ers.
Yeah, there's no question about the fact that that was the last play. Clock is going to run down. They're going to go in at halftime with the San Francisco 49ers 7, St. Louis nothing. But this game is a long, long way from being over.
You know, it is generally agreed that professional football is a different game than it was in its earlier era. We hear the players are bigger, faster, better coached, but there have always been giants on the earth in the NFL. In what will be a regular feature of our doubleheader Sundays, Jack Whitaker explores legends of the game. Today, a look at a player who was tougher than crushed rock.
E-A-G-L-E-S, go, Eagles, go! Hey, hey, Tampa Bay, Buccaneers shine! Hey, hey, Tampa Bay! Yes, we're the Houston Royals.
1980, pro football is king, the new national pastime. 20 years ago, when stadiums were not pleasure palaces and the grass was real, the game was played by a breed now as extinct as the dinosaur, the warrior. Such a man was Concrete Charlie, Chuck Bednarik. Bednarik was All-American at the University of Pennsylvania, All-Pro with the Philadelphia Eagles, a member of the Hall of Fame. Number 60 was a 60-minute man who played both ways, center and linebacker, and led his team to the NFL championship in 1960 against the Green Bay Packers. Well, Chuck, we both logged a lot of hours in this great old stadium, haven't we?
Yes, sir.
You in college and the pros. There's a story going around, Chuck, that you and Chuck Noll had a little altercation in your playing days.
Well, Jack, I'd never been knocked out in my life, and on a 4th down punting situation right here in Philadelphia, as I snapped the ball, brought my head up to go downfield, I got hit with a forearm. I'd never been knocked out in my life, and I was woozy, and I finally came to. I saw a yellow flag go by, which meant there was an infraction, and I saw number 63, and I said, and I can't use the Aggies, I said, when this game's over, I'll get you. I'll get you. When this game's over, I'll get you. I'll come in the locker room. I said, when this game's over, pal, I said, I'll be right here. Game's over, and I look, and here he come. As he approached me, he said, are you ready, you son of a... By the time he said the other word, pow, it was all over with. We were on television back to Cleveland. I received a lot of nasty letters. Bert Bell was in the stands. I was fined $100, and I was told to apologize 4 weeks later when we were going to Cleveland, which I did.
In the 1960 championship game against the Green Bay Packers, Bednarik, the linebacker, helped bottle up premier Packer backs Paul Hornung and Jim Taylor. On offense, Bednarik, the center, started the wheels in motion for quarterback Norm Van Brocklin and Tommy McDonald.
And the biggest thing I remember, we were ahead 17-13, last play from scrimmage, right there, 9-yard line.
I remember.
Got Taylor, laid on him, looking at this clock right here because I could see from there the seconds ticking, and he was trying to get up, and I got a figure 4 on him, and that southern accent telling me the words I can't use again. And when I saw the clock go 0, I got up and said, you can get up now. This blankety-blank game is over.
With the Eagles on the verge of a title after 2 decades of mediocrity, the man who shaped their glorious past is helping to shape their future as well, as an assistant to Dick Vermeil. He is Chuck Bednarik, the last of the Warriors.
Steve Little to kick. And it is coming to Terry Anderson on the 1-yard line. Anderson's out to the 50. He fumbles. The Cardinals have it. Anderson fumbled the kickoff of the second half. And it's recovered there by Stone.
I think the Cardinals have to throw more on first down in the second half and then go back to the run.
They give it off to Wayne Morris. He might have had a half yard, and that's all. He was hit by 74. Jimmy Webb, the defensive left end. Jim Hart has him in the slot left. He puts Pat Tilley in motion. He'll throw. Unloads it down the middle to Tilley. Tilley's whirling around and is dropped at the 14-yard line by Bobby Leopold. Now Hart looks the field over. There it is out there, and he has a touchdown. It is a touchdown to number 33, Theodis Brown. Brown caught the ball, and he was covered.
Boy, was that a beautiful throw and a great catch. Terrific catch there.
Oh, the fumble on the opening kickoff is converted into a score. Steve Littles kicks up. It's a tie. And that touchdown, 13-yard pass, Hart to Theodis Brown comes with 12:24 to go in the third period. Fumble on the opening kickoff of the third quarter, have scored. They're back with the ball now. They're on their own 33-yard line. Jim Hart's gone all the way. Wayne Morris is hit there by Ricky Churchman. Second down, 10. Hart again. He has the time. He hits Mel Gray, veteran Mel Gray, who has just caught a pass in his 91st consecutive game. 3 short of the club record held by Bobby Joe Conrad, Hank.
But it's an underneath pattern. He's coming across the middle. There you see him make the catch. This tackle there by the middle linebacker, Buns. The tight end or the back, if they throw the ball, one of the 3 should be open on this coverage.
It is to Anderson for a first down. He scampers away to the 50, and he's to the 45-yard line.
Look at all the room he's got on the left side. I think they have to throw some more on first down. I mentioned it several times.
Hart looks, scrambles out of there, throws deep to Gray. He's there, makes the diving. No, he's lost the ball. Gray thought he might have had possession for a minute. He was open, running a deep post pattern.
What do you think? St. Louis will run much better if they throw the ball early and then go back to the run.
On second down, they give it to Anderson. Anderson sifts through. He's almost for the first down. You call that one, Hank. Bobby Leopold brought him down. So they passed on first down and ran on second down. There's the figure for Otis Anderson. He averaged 7 yards a carry last week, 3 yards a carry this week. First down on the 23-yard line of San Francisco. Hart to Anderson. Anderson trying to run the sweep. Brought down on the 21-yard line. Fake, wide open on the pass play. And out of bounds is Willard Harrell, number 39. Look at that pass. What a fake. There goes a flag down. It's to Doug Marsh, the tight end. They gave it to Theodis Brown. He did a real acting job. And let's see who the penalty is on. It may be against the 49ers.
Yes,
Great
it was.
ball handling.
Yes, it was. A beautiful fake. Reverse pivot. Like the play was going to go to the left side and threw a play action pass to Doug Marsh, the tight end, who made a beautiful catch into the end zone for the touchdown.
They've been looking for a good tight end, of course, since the tragedy that came. Here's a kick up by Little, and it's good. And the Cardinals have scored 14 points here in the third quarter. The Cardinals' number 1 pick, defensive end All-American Curtis Greer of Michigan, has a concussion last week, and he's been put on injured reserve. Just want to be sure he's going to be all right. He'll be a dandy for him. There's a great catch by Hofer. Hofer's over the 50 and carries the ball to the 41-yard line. You really have to like Paul Hofer. Cardinals leading 14-7. This is Elliott. Elliott at the 40, keeps going, 35, 30, down the sideline, and out of bounds on the 22.5-yard line. Had over 100 yards pass receiving last week. It's out to 87, Dwight Clark, the wide receiver. He's close to the first down. Kurt Gowdy, Hank Stram as we open the fourth period with a 49ers ball. They're not. They give him protection. He fires. It's there. It's a touchdown. Earl Cooper, the rookie. Joe Montana will hold the ball for him. 9-yard. There it is. It's up. And the kick is good. It's a tie game. All right, Jim Hart lines his club up.
Something right if they run. Nope, going left this time. Good
That's
call.
Otis Anderson, submarine there. 5 to go. They put Pat Tilley in motion. Hart throws it out to Gray. Gray's there. He catches the ball, and it's a first down for the Cardinals on the 41-yard line of San Francisco. An excellent throw by Jim Hart. Otis Brown. Otis Anderson behind Jim Hart. That's Otis Anderson. He's still going. He has the first down. He's to the 29-yard line of San Francisco. They fake. They're going to throw it. They got a man wide open. Pat Tilley. Tilley's out of bounds, and the Cardinals have another first down. Cardinals on the San Francisco 11. A tie game, 14-all. That's Harrell spilling forward to the 6-yard line. Down 5. Harrell again. Harrell almost, and he is over. A touchdown. Willard Harrell scores.
Joe Bostic, the left guard, trapping on the play. With the center coming through in good shape. And he pops through there for the touchdown.
First down. 49ers in their own 20. Slot left formation. DeBerg's toss is complete. The Solomon runs to the sideline, goes out of bounds. First down call by Steve DeBerg. Out to the sideline. Hofer has the ball. Down the sideline he goes. He's out of bounds again. They're really working that sideline. That's Cooper in motion. They throw it out to him. He had his back to the play. Cooper had his back to the play as he started down the sideline. And they may be down to their last play of the game on offense.
Yes.
4th and 8.
Looked like there was a mix-up in the receiver and also with the quarterback. I think they wanted him to go down the sideline and hook.
All right, this is desperation time now for the 49ers, trailing by 7. 4th down 8. Their ball on their own 49-yard line. And a minute, 22 seconds remaining. Cooper peels off to the right. And a pass is complete for a first down. White Clark has the ball on the 35-yard line. It'll be interesting to see the call here.
They got Roy Green covering Hofer. 1 for 1.
There's another flag down.
Illegal contact. Defense refused. Second down.
Minute 9 to play. 2nd and a yard to go for the 49ers.
4-man rush. Uh-oh.
Going after him that time. Roy Green. The frustrated fans here thought Green went over his back with an interference call. 3rd and 1. Hofer has it. He's heading for the sideline. He's still going. Hofer scores! Paul Hofer turns and scores 26 yards out. What a game he's had. All right, here is Wershing. The kick is up. Wershing's kick is good. You've got a tie game. First down. The Cardinals on their own 44.
Well, that middle is wide open.
Hart hit. And it's intercepted. Intercepted by the 49ers on their own 40. At Baltimore. Last play of the regulation game. Everybody chasing DeBerg. He throws the ball. It's incomplete, and we're going to have an overtime at Candlestick Park. With just a slight breeze, we're ready to go now into the overtime period. The tie game. The high kick, not too deep. Harrell on the 14, up to the 20, goes to the 25, gets the most out of it. Tackled at the 30-yard line. Archie Reese and Ted Vincent hit Willard Harrell. The late tuners in, and especially for Cardinal fans, Otis Anderson was injured in the 4th period, a shoulder injury. We've had no further word on it, but he is not in there right now. Jim Hart.
They double cover the outside receivers. The back should be open.
The backs are open. And dumped at the 36-yard line is Theodis Brown. 15-minute overtime, unless somebody scores. Pat Tilley out in motion. He'll throw for it. He's being rushed. He throws a bad pass, but he had a hard rush on him. Pat Tilley, the receiver, Dwayne Board, and Archie Reese were pouring in there in that four-man front of the 49ers. 49ers ball on their 32-yard line, first down. Steve DeBerg fakes the handoff. Out to Hofer. Hofer at the 40, 45. They put on a last gasp 92-yard drive to tie it up, with Hofer running 26 for the score. There's Earl Cooper. Cooper trying to barrel. He's knocked out of bounds on a 48-yard line. 24 all late in the fourth period. DeBerg with a deep drop. Throws it out, completes it to the tight end. Eason goes into the territory of the Cardinals. First score of any kind wins it. I'd light one up too, Jim. DeBerg puts him down. That's Hofer. Hofer 40, 35, 30. First down, Paul Hofer.
For a bigger gain than it actually was. In 51, Randy Cross really made a great block out in front of the ball carrier.
92 yards rushing for Hofer, 135 yards pass receiving for him. What a game. That's Cooper. Cooper drops the ball, and it is. It stays to San Francisco. He fumbled it out of bounds. Now it's second down, 5. San Francisco on the Cardinal 20-yard line. San Francisco started this drive on their own 32. They had a drive of 92 yards at the end of regulation to tie it up. There goes Hofer again to the 16-yard line. This is the first overtime ever played in San Francisco, either at Kezar or Candlestick. Third down and a yard to go for a first down. And they try to sneak. And I don't get it. DeBerg trying to sneak for the first down. And he looks to be short. I don't know. Let's see. He is short. 34-yard attempt by Washington to win it in overtime. The snap. The kick. It's up. The kick is good. Sudden victory for the San Francisco 49ers with 10:48 to play on the 34-yard field goal by Ray Wersching.